is extremely important, just like you've said, not only for the acceleration and the consolidation of whatever economic gains that we have made, but especially towards reducing extreme poverty levels countrywide. But before I proceed, will you please permit me to express my utmost appreciation to the government and people of India, especially the Confederation of Indian Industries, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, and for organizing and helping us through this summit. My sincere gratitude also goes to the wonderful people of Andhra Pradesh for the superb hospitality extended to us throughout this summit in Hyderabad. Yesterday, I think some of you who were at the reception would have noticed the color and pageantry of the culture that was exhibited. I sat down and watching, I saw a lot of you nodding your heads, others were tapping their feet just to show that yes, they were enjoying whatever. And I think you did enjoy the same thing yesterday. I think the focus of this topic is essentially about how different countries are tackling climatic change, especially in developing countries. At the same time, trying to increase job opportunities, employment, so as to reduce extreme poverty. You all agree with me that the issue of poverty is no longer something that we don't know. How do we ensure that in thinking through the issues of economic development and with the desire of countries, especially developing countries, to have rapid economic transformation in terms of job creation, food security, housing, we bear in mind the need to balance this with issues concerning the environment. And I'm happy sitting through yesterday and today, most of the topics touched on these very core issues. We all recall efforts that have been made by the world as far as various fora are concerned, the conferences that have taken place across the world, Kyoto, Copenhagen, Durban, and what have you. But we all also agree that the intended results have not been achieved. At the same time, poverty is on the increase. The issue of environmental pollution is increasing, and we should have a way of solving this problem. I've just been given 5 minutes, and so it will be difficult to go through some of the points that I highlighted. But permit me to just say, we all know the Kyoto Protocol, essentially an environmental treaty representing the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. We know that it was to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations in order to avoid dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system, including global warming. As to whether we have succeeded, we are all here to tell the story. The Marrakesh Agreement on the WTO did emphasize optimal and efficient use of resources and accordingly urged member countries to ultimately preserve and protect the environment. Issues on climate change indeed interface with international trade. We all know the preamble of the WTO agreement, as mentioned earlier, hinges on sustainable development as one of the fundamental goals. It is therefore an obligation on member countries to give priority to environmental concerns in a non-protectionist manner. Climate change may eventually deepen poverty, leading to loss of life, livelihood, and food security if we don't handle it well, and it's across all countries. These adverse effects can nullify whatever potential microeconomic gains that government have already made. Let me come to Ghana. Ghana, drying of water bodies due to deforestation, illegal mining, I think was mentioned by earlier speakers, and other activities have brought a lot of devastating environmental activities, and environmental challenges. As you are aware, Ghana has just joined the oil exporting countries, and we know with that comes its own environmental challenges. Definitely, these problems are not only limited to Ghana, but applies equally to other countries, especially developing countries. And it is including India. And it's the reason why working together, and I emphasize, working together, learning from initiatives that have worked in other countries can be very, very useful. That notwithstanding, there are bound to be challenges as we make transition from less developed to developing countries, especially with the change of the balance that we are all seeing today. This reinforces the reason why we should take common positions to give ourselves the space to manage our climatic challenges while developing to fight extreme poverty concurrently. They should go hand in hand. Ghana has started with the development of a lot of projects through the Ministry of Trade and Industry aimed at creating jobs at the same time not harming the environment. A few examples: among all the districts, 200 hectares of land have been earmarked and cleared for a project called Mango Project.